Hey, so in today's video, we're going to be trying to break 90. Basically, the last 2 days, we played 18 holes 2 days in a row. This is the third day. And they've been tragic. So last night, we were researching, looking at the GOAT's video himself, at how to break 90. And I'll put the link in the description as well to this video of Golf Sidekick, but we're basically using Golf Sidekick's top 15 tips to break in 90. We're gonna follow those tips like they're the Bible. Everything he says we're gonna do, and we're gonna see if that can guide me today to breaking 90 at the Infinitum course, the Infinitum Hills and Ruins course here in Salou in Spain. We have 15 minutes for a tee time, the first time in my entire life, and we didn't bring the golf clubs, so now I need to go back and get them, so good job we were early. All right, so we've rescued the golf clubs from the clubhouse. It's a good job we got here early, but jumping back into the video, right, Golf Sidekick's first tip is to get a club that you can reliably hit 175 into the fairway. So it doesn't matter about getting more than that, it doesn't matter about smashing the club, you just get a club, whether that be a hybrid, an iron, a driver, that you can reliably hit without losing the ball 175 yards plus. We'll go into a bit more detail as to the why later, but that's his first tip for breaking 90. And the second tip, this is actually like I think 8 on his list, but it's avoid the temptation to smash the driver. And I'm saying that tip now because I'm actually quite confident with the driver. It is one of my better clubs, but I do fall into that trap where I try and smash it. I get a bit too confident and just go for it and try and get even more distance. So I can get about I would say 260 on this club. But today, taking the advice of Sidekick, I'm just going to take a nice relaxed swing and just try and get it above 175 yards. So I think for me, specific to me and where I am in this journey right now of becoming a scratch golfer, I know my ability, and I'm just gonna probably try and go for a light 210 yard shot. Not try and push myself to the limit. Again, today, we're not going for scratch today. We're not trying to break par today. We're trying to play to just a bit better than my handicap. So ideally, we want 14 over or something like that to bring the handicap down slightly. But we want to play sensible. We're going to use the guide of Golf Sidekick, and we're going to have a great day. But yeah, let's dive into the first hole, which is a 350 meter par 4. There we go. That felt smooth. I didn't try to smash it. I listened to the player, and we're in the fairway on the first hole, first shot of the day, which is good for the momentum, good for the motivation. And so yeah, tip 1, 175 yard shot only, and then do not fall for the temptation to smash that driver. Right, so we got 135 yards in. The tip 2 from the man is to keep the ball close to the ground if you're not feeling confident. And then the next tip is to avoid hazards. So we've got a bunker on the right protecting the flag and a bunker on the left. And so I think if we went for the flag right here, we're gonna put ourselves in danger of going into the bunker. And then if we go in the bunker, there's a real danger of getting a really bad score. So what we're gonna try and do is we're gonna take an 8 iron, maybe go a little bit longer to take those hazards out of play, but we're just going to aim in the middle there, just in between the bunkers on the left hand side of the green. Now that's miles away from the flag, but what it does do is reduce the risk of us going in that bunker. Or I don't know if his interpretation would be to basically lay up and then go into the middle, but I think what I'll do is I'll take an 8. We're going to avoid those hazards, and we're just going to go in the middle there. Well, I mean, we've successfully avoided the bunker, but we did pull that shot a lot. So I guess you can take that as I played the advice, but I think what I probably should have done was be a bit more sensible and like avoid it completely and just like chip over and then go for the up and down. But we're still kind of in that position now anyway. So it's good for the round. Let's head and find that ball. The game plan is we're right next to the green now. So we're just going to take a 56 degree and chip onto the green. Now, the next piece of advice, the next tip that we need to follow from Golf Sidekick is to add one. So to break 90, we want to add one to the par of each hole. So we need to play par fours like they're par fives, play par fives like they're par sixes, for example. So here we've accidentally done that here. So we've done 2 shots. This is kind of a layup. And now we're going to the 3rd shot onto the green. If we can up and down, we'll get a par. If we 2-putt, we'll get a bogey. But on the attempt to break 90, bogeys are not bad. Oh, these greens are so much nicer than the greens we've been playing. That actually, a nice bit of soft bounce there and it slowed the ball down right away. Now, the next tip from Golf Sidekick on the journey to breaking 90 is something you have to do off of the course, and that's to practice lag putting. Now luckily we have been doing that, and all lag putting is just basically distance control. Like, we're not looking on our mission right now to get this in. Obviously that would be great, that would give us a par, fantastic for the score, but we can't get upset if we're not doing that, because you know, even PGA Tour players aren't making that many of these shots from this distance. What we want to do is get it in that like dustbin lid area of the green so we can make the next shot. So here, distance control is really important. Just do this to get a feel for how much you're going to hit it, like that distance, and then step up and hit. I think that's just outside of where we want it, to be honest, but should be puttable, to be fair. There we go, bogey on the first hole. See, that distance control putt, it got us close and then we landed it. We've bogeyed the first hole, which I say it every time, but we usually start terribly in these golf videos. We've actually started on a bogey today, so hopefully that is a very good sign.
How often do you do like an early morning 18th hole?
I probably, at the moment during this challenge, 24 handicap to scratch in a year, I'm probably getting in like a full 18 like once a week. I've seen it a lot in the comments as well, but I'm prioritizing practice more than the actual round. So I do a lot of 9 holes. I probably do like 9 holes like 3-4 times a week, but the full 18 I leave to like once a week just to like add something to the handicap. All right, we're onto a par 3 now. It's 141 meters. The tip here is don't aim towards the hazards. So here it's kind of difficult to do that, right? Because I don't necessarily want to be laying up on a par 3. I think that would be the wrong play. But here, the hazard is essentially off the back of the green. Like, obviously you've got the bunkers left and right, but the hazard's off the back. So I'm going to take an 8 iron, and I don't mind coming up short. Even if I'm just a bit short of the green, it doesn't matter. Just because if I go too long, that could absolutely explode the hole if it just disappears off the back into what I assume is just a nest of trees down there. Oh my God, I thought we were going to get a hole in one then. Oh my God. It's probably going to be one of those moments where the ball's way further away than it looks from back here, but that looks like it's well close. That was insanely exciting. Oh my God, I thought we were going to get a hole in one. Oh, this could be the one time actually where that ball could be as close as we think it is. Usually we think, oh my God, we got such a nice putt coming up, like it's only 3 yards, this is a guaranteed bird or whatever, and then we get there and it's actually like 7 yards just because we've been looking from miles away. But look at that, I think that is very close. Ah, that was so close to being a hole in one. Oh my God, we're like millimeters, centimeters from being a hole in one. Look at this. Oh my goodness, look at that. Pitch mark here, which obviously we will prepare, but pitch mark here, the ball's landed here. We're like, I don't know, 1 yard away, like maybe a foot, 2 foot from slam dunking it. and like just like two or three putter heads from it going in the hole. That is amazing. That does bring us on to another tip from Sidekick though, which is get a mallet putter, which really helps with alignment, especially as you're a beginner. It really does help with alignment. Now imagine if I bottled this right now. That was one of the scariest shots I've had to make in my life, because imagine I missed that, imagine I missed that. We are gonna go fix that now, I left the tee in the thing, but imagine I missed that, oh my God. But yeah, birdie! Now I'm excited, my heart is absolutely pounding. I might have to like take a minute or two. Oh, they're actually on the green up there, which is perfect. So I got a few minutes to relax, to bring the heartbeat down, because that was so good for me. I've never hit a shot like that ever. That was awesome. Okay, so going back to the point we were on earlier, if you look down here, right, there's basically like a ditch that you have to clear to get it. Now, if we look on here, here's us here. To clear it, it's about 160, right? So if you go 170, 175, about here, like what Golf Sidekick is saying, that is the perfect distance. That's all we need. So I can take a drive. I don't have to smash it. I can just hit a nice smooth drive again, and it will, even if it only goes 180 to say like 220, if it goes anywhere between 180 220, I'm in that perfect nice little zone where I'm not in danger. And here it's going to be best to aim at the left hand side as well, because we don't want to aim at hazards. We know I've got a fade, we know my bad shot is a slice, and there's bunkers all down here and it's dead down here, so we want to be aiming at the left. There we go. I think that might have ran down onto the right, but that was a nice smooth drive for me. I didn't try to smash it. It went straight and it just sort of faded and caught the fairway a bit. Hopefully that's in the fairway. All right, here's a bit of a difficult one for us, because we want to play it like it's a par 5, right? Because we're on a par 4. So that would mean we'd want to lay up. But the layup's only probably like 40 yards. Which brings us on to another tip, which is in situations like this, take a club which you cannot reach you can't reach the hazard. So hazard is that bunker right there. But I literally don't have a club that's only going to go like 38 yards. So what I think we need to do is there's hazards everywhere. There's nowhere we're going to aim that won't have hazard, except over the hazard and at the back. So I think we aim for the back left, following the advice, and then if we go a bit long, we've skipped all of the hazards, and we'll just then try and up and down for par, if not 2-putt for bogey. I'm going to take a 52 degrees, 80 yards to the pin, and I'm just try and cut out the danger of the hazards. I'm going to aim to the left and go long. Okay, so playing this like it's a par 5, but instead of like a layup, we're going to go long. Because this probably went about the mark of the range we were aiming for, probably about 220, 230 maybe. Oh, roll down a bit more. There we go, but exactly what we said, exactly what we planned. We went long. We knew that was going to happen, but by going long, it's cut out the danger of the bunkers and essentially cut out the danger of the hazards. So now, playing it like it's a par 5, we can up and down for a par, or we can up 2-putt for a bogey, which would not be a bad result. Here is a perfect opportunity to go over the next tip from the player, which is to basically chip and run, but take a chip, like take a wedge and do a putting stroke, just to minimize the chance of us finning it into oblivion over the green. Well, that ball is rolling, isn't it? That rolled. But we haven't had an awful shot. We haven't had a bad wedge, which has sent us into a terrible position. Now we've got the opportunity to make a long par, or we can 2-putt for that bogey. Oh, so close. There we go, there's the bogey we're talking about.
Still in line with his game. You know,
Still in line with the game. We treat it like a par 5, we treat it like a par 5. We technically parred that, so we're on our way to breaking 90. All right, so we're on to another beautiful little par 4, which brings us on to the next tip, which is know where you can miss. So if you have a look up here, there's a big old tree in the way down there. That tree's about 202 yards. This is actually making a difference because the tip is know where you cannot miss. So it basically goes, he talks about in his video, where professionals and good players and scratch golfers, they always talk about play to your misses. So if you've got like a fade and you're missing to the right, then aim a bit to the left. But when you're at the stage of golf like me, or a bit worse or worse, you can hook it, you can slice it, you don't know what's gonna happen. So you really just have to account for what you cannot do, right? So what we cannot do here is have like a snap hook and go left because it's gonna go in the trees and go out, or it's gone. And the other thing we couldn't do is go long. So actually I might put this down because the only thing I could really do here sensibly, like I am not at this level gonna be able to make a nice little draw around that tree into the fairway with a line to the green. I'm just not, right? So I think I take a hybrid and just try and go straight. If I have a little bit of a fade or a slice, we're gonna be playing it like a par 5 anyway. We can lay up, doesn't matter. But if I get a good shot, it's in that sort of range. So the wind's into us, so I'll try and take that hybrid 175 yards. Okay, I mean, we hit the shot we said I wasn't good enough to hit, which was a nice little draw around the trees, but a sensible, smooth shot. I know I didn't need to get loads of distance because we're playing it like a par 5. And I think, even unintentionally, we've ended up with kind of the perfect shot here. Okay, so now we've got like a 170-yard shot on our hand, right? But the green, as you can see, and down there, we've got bunkers on the left, bunkers on the right. Now we want to play this like a par 5, like we keep saying. I know it's getting a bit repetitive, but this is what we got to do to bring that score down. And this kind of brings us on to the next tip of his, which is to leave yourself your preferred club in. So right now, I'm in love with the 56 degree. It's like a really good club for me. So anywhere with like 60, 70 yards is great. So I want to hit like a 100-yard shot here. So I'm gonna take, I don't mind if it goes a bit more than that, so I'm gonna take a pitching wedge, to be fair. And again, playing this like a par 5. We are playing some good golf today. There we go, that is exactly what the doctor ordered. We're 54 yards away, which is literally exactly what I ordered. Like, for once in my life, I'm actually playing sensible golf and we're doing a decent job. This brings us on to another tip, right? Which is that he says that what's really important is to learn the 9 o'clock swing with a sand wedge and a pitching wedge, right? So 56 essentially sand wedge. So I go in here like this, 9 o'clock is just like this and then through. So we'll give that a try now. It's not something that we've practiced before, so I might need to practice this off course and add it to the locker, but it's essentially just a nice little swing like that. Ooh. Okay. Oh, we've had a nice bounce as well. A lovely little bounce. Oh, I can't take all the credit for that because there was a lot of luck involved there. Oh no, just a bit too short. Just a bit too short. But there we go, playing it as a par 5, 2-putt as we should be doing. And that means we've got another bogey in the books. 291 par 4, we're gonna take a nice, smooth and relaxed drive again. The pros could probably drive this green and then I'm getting ready to smash the driver again, but no, calm down. 175 and a tee, that will do, won't it? I mean, with my baby brain right now, we definitely need a producer just to be like giving us all the stuff we need because we've forgotten about a million things already today. There we go. I think that is the softest drive I've hit in about 3 months. Every time I usually just like, ah! And now I'm getting more and more relaxed. Maybe that one was a little bit too relaxed because I think we cut an enormous amount of distance off that, but probably worked out, to be honest, because the bunkers are over there on the left.
I feel like having these tips constantly in your head is actually helping you.
Yeah, I feel like focusing on these tips is helping me definitely, because I think it just helps with course management as well, because it's forcing me to think about what to do, right? Whereas before, if I get frustrated and I start trying to like chase holes, I'm just like, I'm not thinking properly, I'm just hitting the ball towards the target. But now I'm having to actually think about each shot. It's like, there's 15 tips he's given us, 15 things to think about. So you kind of go up to those and like run through those in your head, apply the ones that need to be applied, and then just have good, sensible golf shots. It's 99 yards. I could take a pitch and wedge and go for it, but again, I'm gonna play it like a par 5, just because here, if I go a bit long, there's a bunker at the back. And basically another tip, which I think is one of the very important tips, is around the green, don't aim for where there's a hazard. So here, I would be aiming for like the flag, and there's a hazard directly behind it. So if I took the pitch and wedge and tried to go a bit closer to the flag and ended up going a bit long, I'd be aiming at the hazard. So here as well, one, we're gonna aim a little bit to the right in case we thin it or, you know, go a bit too far, but we're gonna take a club that's shorter and aim to the right. So we're not, that hazard at the back there is just gonna be no way near in play of the danger for us. There we go. It's gone a bit short. I mean, I did chunk that kind of. I'll go repair that now, but I did kind of chunk that, so cut even shorter, but that's way better than being out of play. And again, now we're gonna be going up and down for the par, hopefully. If not, just a 2-putt for the bogey. All right, going back to one of the tips earlier, and just taking a wedge and hitting a putter stroke with it. Oh, I need to practice that a bit more. That's not something that I've worked on, to be honest. So we're kind of close. It was uphill. I should have gave it just a little bit more. Oh, close enough. Close enough. Off the green, uphill. Can't really argue with that. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, so that is a double. Not what we want, but this is where something that we've been working on comes into play, and that's the mental side of golf, is just to not let that get to us. We've had a fantastic round so far. We can't let one hole, which is not even too bad, to be honest. We can't let one hole ruin that for us, and we got that birdie, so we're definitely on track. All right, so we've got a very short, we've got a very short par 3 now. It says 100 meters, so I'm going to take a look at this, because I think in the spirit of the round and what we're trying to do here, what we can apply is don't aim for hazards, right? So actually that is the other tip. That's the other tip, is ignore the pin and get the ball on the green, right? So here, perfect example, right? We could try and go for that pin. It's short, we might feel like we have the confidence to go over that bunker and get it close to the pin with a pitching wedge. Easy club to hit, right? But if we hit a bit short or a little fadey and we go in that bunker, we definitely are not getting a par, or maybe not even a bogey. So take the pitching wedge, and we're just gonna go to the left, cutting out the hazard of that green. Okay, maybe not that smooth. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. It's in my head thinking like this is going to go long as a pitching wedge. I was worried, and I took too gentle of a shot there. You know what? In the spirit of the round, I'm taking this advice 100%. I'm sticking to it like gospel, right? We could, in my head, usually what I would do now is just try and go over that bunker onto that green, right? If we go in that bunker, we're gonna have the biggest explosion that's gonna ruin this round. So what I'm gonna do is, this might seem crazy, but I'm gonna just go over to the right down there. I'm gonna be miles away from the green, but then we can two putt, hopefully, for a bogey. There we go. Get it on the green. Done. Oh, it was not, needed a bit more just to get up that second hill, and it didn't break as much as I thought it would. But now we might be looking at a relatively straight-ish putt. So see if we can sink this for par. It's quite far. No, bogey. Yes, come on. I needed that putt. Yes. All right, bogey. Which, keep saying, but that is a par for us right now. Right, we're getting to that point in the round where I'm starting to fatigue and overthink a little bit, and I think following Golf Sidekick's tips is going to just help slow me down a little bit, as in just stop me from overthinking, because all I need to do is think about that and execute. So here, you've got, it's quite dangerous, right, this hole. There's a lot of bunkers, there's a lot of things. What I would usually do, what I'm thinking, that bunker there is like 160 to the front of that bunker, right? I would, in my mind, just take a driver and aim at that bunker and go over it, because then I'm going to be clear on the other side. But we're not aiming at hazards today, we're playing the safe shot. So we're taking the hybrid and we're just going to aim at the bunkers on the right, because we're not going to make there. We're going to take a club that cannot get there. So we're going to aim to those bunkers on the right past that one with a hybrid. I'm not going to get there, I'm going to end up in the fairway, and then a layup maybe, and then up and down. It's like this guy just knows magic. He's a wizard. I'm just doing what he's telling me to do, and it's working. This one, again, we're in a bit of a predicament here, because I want to follow the advice, right, where we just play it as a par 5 and take a layup. But there's just like, we've got 110 yards to the pin, which means a layup for our club that we want is a 40-yard shot. Like, am I going to putt it 40 yards and then take the layup shot? And then there is everywhere you aim, you're going to be aiming at a hazard. So here, I think it's going to have to be just the riskier shot of the day, and maybe just go like through that middle line and take a pitching wedge. I'm going to take a pitch. Yeah, I'll take a pitch. I'm basically going to go with the rule, take a club where you can't reach the hazard. So I'm going to aim in between that the gap, but on the right, and I'm going to aim for that hazard at the back, which is probably like 140. I'm going to take a pitching wedge. There's no way this pitch for me goes 140. So we're just going to get it on the green. I've just hit the purest shot of my life. And I've actually gone long. I don't know what happened there. I was aiming to the right, it came out a bit left, and I've just pured the nuts out of it. And it probably went about 130, 140 carry. Literally cleared the bunker and landed at the back. Yeah, I was like, yeah, no bunkers, all right. Well, yeah, okay, fair enough. So I think we got away with that there, because if I was aiming for that bunker, which I would have actually gone into it. But here, we're going to focus again. This one, we're not going to aim at the flag here, because we've got the risk of that bunker. So we're just going to play the putt and stroke with this, get it on the green, and we're going to go, yeah, just sort of left, like where there's no danger, just getting it on the green. There we go, we're on the green. And we set ourselves up for a lovely little two putt. Oh, Oh, fantastic putt though. I'll take that every single day. That was awesome. There we go, another bogey. This is like the cleanest golf I've ever played. It's so clean. So snack game today is non-salted almonds. Basically on the first day of this trip, we had about 5 kilos of nuts, salted, and I'm still thirsty from that day. All right, moving on to 363 yard par 4. Here, we've got pretty much fair game down there, so we can take a drive, a nice little relaxed drive, hit it about 200, 220, nice smooth swing. Hazards on the right, you got kind of, you know, out of play on the left, so we'll aim probably middle just to see what happens, and then we'll go from there. Oh, a bit slicey that one. We might be in the first hazard of the day. The problem with that is in the Golf Sidekick video, I don't think there was a tip about being in the hazards. I think we got about 180 yards left in. Luckily we didn't go in that bunker, so we're still not in a hazard, which is great. The biggest danger here is left, so we cannot miss left. That's the aim of the game, so not miss left. So before, what I do is I just take a hybrid and just go for the green because it's within my range, which maybe I could hit like 60% of the time, but the other 40% would result in a massive explosion. So I think I'm going to take a 9 iron maybe. Yeah, I'll go with a 9. I'll just get it towards there, and then that's going to leave me with my favourite club in, which would be a 56 or 52, depending on how well the shot goes. Oh, tasty little bounce there. We got, like, it bounced on the right side of the fairway and something has just pushed that into what I hope is the middle of the fairway. So that was a nice smooth shot. Again, with these shots, where it's like, I'm not trying to push myself to the max, because right now with all the training stuff, a max shot for me would be like, that's the maximum of my capability is hitting that green from here. So taking a shot like that, where I can just relax and take the shots, means I can play much better. Now, right, look how beautiful this course is, by the way. You've got like all this rock in the background, which is gorgeous, with this lake. And my beautiful ball there in the fairway. And what we're gonna do is just another little putt and stroke chip, I think, kind of like a bump and run. It's actually a bit long for the putt and stroke one, so I'm gonna do just a light, slightly less than 9 o'clock one. Okay, I may have been mistaken. It was way closer than I thought. Good strike, but just my distance was horrible then. Oh, look at that. What a putt. That's practicing that lag putting for you. Lag putting on fire. There we go. What's that, another bogey in the books? Playing bogey golf today. 187 from here, 187 yard par 3, which is very, very, very far downhill. Given the name of the course, hills, obviously to be expected. But I'm not experienced enough to know how much that's gonna cut off yardage wise. So I'm just gonna take a look, but I'll probably end up taking a 7 iron just because I'm comfortable with that club. Yeah, I'm gonna take a 7 and aim for that tree on the right, or sort of like those bunkers on the right, because if I go towards the pin, I'm going to end up in that bunker down there. And you see how the slope sort of like slopes towards it anyway. If I miss right, it's going to roll on in down towards the green. If I miss left, the ball's dead. So sensible play here is, I think, 7 iron teed up, aiming to the right. Oh, no. All right, I thought that shot was a lot worse than it was, to be fair. It's actually just come down in. We're blocked from the flag, but do we go for the flag? No, we go for the green today. We go for the green, not the flag. Also, there's a pine cone right in front of the ball. It's a dead object, so I guess I can move it. Right, this is allowed, I guess. He didn't move the ball, so there we go. Right, and now little putting stroke as before. Just put it onto the green. There we go, mission accomplished. We're on the green. So we're onto a par 5 now, 460 meters. So we're playing it like it's a par 6. We're gonna take a driver. It's said that those bunkers were like 260 away or something like that. So they're not really in danger. Well, definitely not in danger with the swing that I'm gonna take with this. We're just light pump down 200 yards, 220 yards. There we go. Exactly as planned. Light drive down the fairway. What more can you ask for?
Still pretty far.
It's still pretty far, isn't it? I might take a light hybrid. So they're saying the bunker down there. Obviously, this is like, don't aim for hazards, but that hazard is literally right in front of us. There's nowhere else we can aim. So I have to go over the bunker. But we're gonna take a light hybrid, which we will not get to that bunker down there. Obviously, we're gonna aim to sort of like the left quarter of the fairway because it's dead right, it's the lake. There we go, beautiful, as planned. I love it. I think when you plan for shots that you can like 100% do, like you just play them even better, because if you're trying to like, for me then normally it would be smash a 5-wood as hard as I can, because it's like the biggest club I can hit possibly there. And I could have sliced the hell out of it into the water. Instead, I knew wind into us, take a hybrid, there's no way I'm reaching that hazard. So yeah, mate, I'm having such a good time following these rules today. To play here, this is an incredibly dangerous green, incredibly dangerous. On the left, you got those two nasty bunkers, and on the right is the water. So there's like this thin entry point onto the green. It looks like it's a front flag, which is nice. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna aim left, because the water's dead. So I'm gonna aim left, and I'm gonna go with a 52 degree, because there's 120 yards to that bunker, and wind's into us as well, so I'm gonna hit like probably a 90 or 80 yard 52, and then just have a clear shot on to up and down. Well, it looked like it disappeared into some sort of hole, but that is the fairway down there. Beautiful shot, as planned, clean as you like. We knew we were going to go short. We did that on purpose to cut out all the danger. Right, so now we've got that up and down opportunity, and we're going to take the chip in stroke, but with a 52 degree wedge. Oh, this time I've overcompensated and I've put it a bit too much. Oh, just a little bit short again. There we go. A bogey like clockwork. Like clockwork.
Did you expect the plan to be working as well?
You know what? The last time I tried Golf Sidekick's plan, which was a few months ago, before I was even as good as this, it went very well, so I did have high hopes. Like the stuff he says is pure gold. Like, he obviously knows what he's talking about. So I was expecting it to go like this, but feeling the round going that well, like I wasn't expecting to like have this feeling of going. Like, it's just so nice to just look. I have a plan and it works. All right, so we got a 410 yards par 4 in our hands, and this time we're taking the hybrid. We're going to take a little safety shot, a nice controlled relaxed shot, because there's a bunker on the right which is in danger just with the driver. So we're going to take this, we're going to take a nice relaxed shot, again playing it like a par 5 even though it's a par 4. We're going to aim down sort of like the middle left. Boom, there we go. Beautifully done. We took the hybrid, we went short of the hazard, which if that was a drive, it definitely would have went into that hazard. So it's just, what can I say, easy golf. Right, another naughty little hybrid. We're still, because we took a shorter shot there, probably went about 175 as instructed. We still got quite a far way left in, so I'm just gonna have a look to see if this is gonna be in danger. Because there's a bunker down there on the right. And if there's a bunker on the left. Boom, there we go. We caught that quite clean actually, so it did go quite far. I'm pretty sure that's clear of the bunker though. Oh no, for the first time today, we're in a hazard. We are in a hazard. Well, as far as shots goes, bad. As far as result, we're on the green, so we got the result we wanted to get. Crikey, that could have been bad. That is why we try at all costs to avoid bunkers. Oh no, it's not that great all over, that shot. I've kind of pulled it a little bit and not judged the speed correctly. This is why lag putting's so important, people. Go on, but he still secures the bogey. Oh, to be honest, I was well worried that that was not going to go in. It was quite a difficult putt. I really should be lag putting better than that, but we still got the result. That's the thing with today. We're just avoiding explosions. Like, we're just trying to minimize the damage. And by that, we're having a great score. Instead of trying to go for like an epic score and like shoot like 2 over, we're actually just having, you know, a good round and just trickling the score down instead of hunting for it and getting explosions. We've got a 308 yard par 4 on our hands right now. The issue is we've got 209 yards. We've got 209 yards to the bunkers on the left, 228 to the ones on the right. Okay, and if you don't, like, if you had like, if my max potential drive is like here, gives us a good line in. But the issue is, if I take the driver and I don't hit the perfect shot, I'm going in the bunkers. So we're going to take the hybrid again, go short, which is probably going to put us around here. Might not have a line to the green, but then we can just lay up to here and then third shot onto the green. I think we're short of that bunker. It's a bit hard to see, but that was a nice little shot. It was a weird shot shape, kind of quite a tight little draw. So it's kind of the shot you would want as a pro to go round there with the driver, but it's not really what we were looking for with this club. But again, safe is what we planned for. Probably went about 180, 175. And yeah, what more can you ask for? Okay, so based on the last bunker shot we had to do, bunkers are just not in the question today. If we go in there, we're cooked. So what we're going to do is take this ball, play it as a par 5. We're going to go over that bit there and just try and get as close as we can to the rocks in the distance, which the rocks are about 80, 90 yards. Going to take a 56 over, but then that should just give us a clean line to the green, removing the danger of those bunkers. There we go, the safe play, the safe play. It's kind of exactly what we planned. Aimed it towards the back, probably hit near the rocks, came running down towards the green a little bit. These bunkers are out of play now. Gonna take that classic putting chip and yeah, Bob's your uncle. Fan is your aunt. Bit too far. In my head I was thinking I'd rather go too far than short, just on the off chance it dropped in. That's actually quite far. Oh, you know what? Last minute I changed my stroke just because I was like, oh, it's downhill. I got to stop doing that and just commit to the plan. Oh, just read it wrong, just read it wrong. No, we've got a double. We've picked up a double. Not what we want for the scorecard, but if our explosion holds a double, I'm gonna take that. All right, so what happened there, what let us down was the up and down. So basically, what Golf Sidekick says as well is that at this stage of golf, what's gonna save you the most strokes is practicing those chip shots and the putting, especially the lag putting, because if we can up and down more, that's going to give us more pars. And we're also, once we get better at chipping and putting, it's going to reduce holes like that, so it's going to basically completely remove doubles, because I think until we're in the single digit handicaps, we're always going to be playing the holes is if they're one above par, right? So we're always going to be having to like up and down for pars. So I think to focus on that putting and chipping is just extremely, extremely important, because then that's not going to happen. Yummy. Right, we got a par 4. It's 301 yards. We've got a similar sort of situation, right? It's a dog leg right. The bunkers are about 190. The ones at the back are about 215. So we're going to take the hybrid again. Aim for the left side away from the bunker on the right, and just nice gentle hit. Doesn't matter if it goes a bit left or a bit right. And then we should have a nice line to the green, which we might actually be able to go for this one, but if not, again, we're going to play it as it's one par more and just hope for the up and down. There we go, should be safe. Came out a bit right, to be fair. I think I towed that, to be honest, but it was actually an all right outcome. All right, that's actually a better shot than I think. It was awfully, awfully close to that bunker down there. Maybe I miscalculated a tiny bit, but okay, wow. I mean, look at this. This is not what I was expecting. Oh, that's lovely. This changes the plan a little bit though, because there's a lake right there, and I think that lake is like 25, 30 yards ahead of me. So I'm not going to just putt the ball 30 yards. Oh, I don't know. This is a weird thing, because should I get it a tiny bit closer and then go for a super comfortable chip? Or do I go for like the 120 yard shot? Oh, I think I'm going to have to go for the 120 yard shot, you know. Oh God, I'm going to take the 9-iron and go for the 120 yard shot, and maybe it goes a bit long. This is a real difficult one. This is real difficult. Oh my God, that was so disgustingly close. It touched the rock and it came back. Oh, I think that's because I had a bit of a I don't know, a fade at cut distance. I should have took the 8, but then if I was taking the 8, I was worried about it pinging off the rocks in the back and coming back towards anyway. If this touched the wall over there, so like it didn't ping back, it's like hit the top of that grass bit and then came back in. Does that technically mean I can take the drop from over there? I reckon it does, you know, because I've touched it, I've come in contact with it and it's dropped off. Let's take the drop there. Right, so it's hit obviously like here and then gone back in, but you can't drop any closer to the hole. So using my knowledge of golf here, like I wouldn't be able to like drop here because it's gonna be closer to the hole. So I have to come back across the red line where it would be further away. So I'm guessing like here, which is just gonna roll in. So I'm like, I guess I'll 1, 2, and I'll like drop there. And to be fair, I'll putt this. Too much. Bit too much on that. I got a feeling that is going to cause massive controversy in the comments, but I really do apologise and I will amend if I'm wrong afterwards. But I would assume that because it's touched where it's supposed to be and gone back down. Oh no, I've lost my head now. All right, at least we've got that in. I think that is classed as a double, right? Because it's 4 over and 5, 6. The 4 and then 5 and then 6, yeah. So double. Ooh, I think that's 2 doubles. Oh, yeah, the doubles are coming in, doubles are coming in. All right, now we're finding ourselves in a bit of a situation because it's a par 3 that's completely surrounded by bunkers. So I'm not really sure what to do here. You don't really want to take a 30-yard chip down to the left, but you also, like, going for the green, you're going to have to disobey the rules and go for all of the, just go past all the hazards. So what I'm going to do is try and go long of the bunkers, ignoring the flag. There's a big part on the left, on the left-hand side of the green, which isn't where the flag is, unfortunately, but it's the biggest area of the green. Take a club that's going to fly past the bunkers, but doesn't have enough to go off the edge. So 9-iron to the left side. Exactly as planned. Literally exactly as we planned it. I mean, we were a little close to going out of bounds, but you know, great outcome there, great outcome. Perfected. The par 3s are really working for us, really working for us. Oh my God, if the flag wasn't in, that would have been the second birdie today. Oh, why didn't I remove the flag? Oh my God, review the footage, because that was literally straight in. Like straight, it hit dead the middle of the flag, went out. I should have taken the flag out. That's so painful. That is so painful. What a putt. Mate, par 3s are on our side today. Now, it feels like a while, but we're on a par 5 since we've been on the last par 5. So, what we're gonna do is, the driver's coming back out to play for the first time in a while, because those bunkers over there are like 220, 230 yards, and we've got a lot of room to the right for a fade/slice. So, what we're gonna do is just take another calm drive and just pump it down there. And then we got 2 more shots, potentially even 4 more shots to get on the green if we're playing it as a par 6. Yeah, the guys in front of us recognise me from the video, and now I'm panicking a little bit. Just because that ups the pressure, but I love it. It's so nice. Like, I really do like it when people, like, they're just so encouraging. Like, such nice people here on the course as well. They're just like, oh, how's the journey going? Like, you know, we're enjoying the journey. So it's just so nice to see. I love it. There we go. That felt like such a smooth drive, such a smooth drive. Again, with these smoother shots, I don't think my wrist is moving as much as it has been before on like the faster shots, because what I'm tending to see is the shots are coming out right a little bit. Maybe I'll watch the footage back, or let me know in the comments. Is that an alignment issue, or am I toeing it? Like, what's going on with these smooth shots coming out a bit right? All right, so here what we're gonna do, again, playing it safe. I'm taking a 9-iron to those trees down there on the left-hand side, because, I mean, the route that you could do is over that tree to gain more distance. But again, we're playing safe today, we're playing safe. There we go. Lovely. All right, so here you've got a bunker left, bunker right, and a bunker back. It's about 120 yards to the front of the green. Well, about 110 yards to the front of the green. Obviously, you've got that bunker on the left, it swoops down to the left, and back you've got the bunker. So I'm going to take a 52 degree, probably go somewhere like 90 or 100, in sort of the middle, there. It'll be short of the green, but then we're just playing it like a par 6, and it leaves us for like a nice little putt chip on, and hopefully 1 putt for par, if not 2 for bogey. That was a bit chunky and a bit too short, to be honest. Bit chunky, but yeah, it's left us in basically the same predicament that we're in right now. Right, because this is a bit risky now, everywhere, and we would be aiming at hazards basically everywhere we're aiming. We're gonna take the 52. It is a bit long for what I'm about to do, but I'm gonna do that like sort of putting chip motion and just try and run it down there. All right, so we've got, if we're playing this like a par 6, we've got that 2-putt opportunity, which is good, because this is a long putt with a very snaky green. All right. The kind of thing is just straight at it, to be honest. It's like breaks and left and right and everywhere. Broke a bit at the end, perfect distance, but just broke a little bit at the end. I should have walked up to the hole, had a look of what it was like down here, and then recalculated. Just didn't drop, just didn't drop. That's a double on the scorecard right there. Oh, just poor reads of the green, poor reads of the green that was. So we've had a look at the line in, and what we're seeing is the bunkers on the right are out of reach of the hybrid, but there is a lake down past there as well. So we definitely don't want to take drive. We want to take the sensible hybrid and just get it down there. Oh, it's just bounced back into the fairway. That was actually quite a nice little draw over those trees. I think we had a few holes today where we're like, right, we'll play it safe. We're not gonna like try and draw it around the trees. And we've actually ended up drawing it around the trees like the pros would do on this shot. So I can't really argue with that. Maybe that's the man himself looking down on me and just giving me his golf energy because I'm following his guide. We find ourselves in another predicament with the rules and the tips of Golf Sidekick, because obviously I think the play, and he would just say play it like a par 5, lay up, but we're in kind of, because the green there is so dangerous. It's guarded by all those bunkers basically everywhere other than a skinny bit, so you're always going to be pointing at a hazard. I think what we need to do though is I'm going to take a pitch, try and hit it just maybe like 10 yards. The max would be a couple yards before the bunkers, and then I would just have like the clean little like putt chip that we've been doing all day and just laser line it just through the hole. It's kind of the only way I can guarantee that I don't go in those bunkers. Oh no, that is not what we want. That would have been so much better. Oh, that's left us in a sticky sitch. We are in a bit of a situation here. What I'm gonna do, I think, is just either take like a really long putt. I'm gonna lay up just so we don't have an explosion, because I just don't trust myself to hit that green. It's such a small green, there's danger everywhere. And if we hit one of those bunkers, it really, really is game over for pretty much the whole round, because we'll just explode like crazy. So just either 9 o'clock or a little, and just run it down there. There we go, putt and stroke. Kind of came out as like a chip though, to be honest. There we go, that should be a nice little tasty 56 for us now. That was too much, wasn't it? But we'll take it, we're on. No danger of the bunker. We're on the green. Wait, whoa! Oh, you hate to see it. 3 putt for the triple. On the penultimate hole as well. On the penultimate hole! That probably to be honest,
We've got
the
two more holes.
one that's pushed us over 90. So, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe we have this is a par 3 now, so we might get a birdie here, and that will be fantastic. All right, saucy little par 3, 127 meters. There is a bunker just before, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an 8-iron. The pin's at the front, but I'm just going to ignore the pin and go for the back of the green. I'm going to go long to hopefully take the danger away of that bunker. Oh my God, saved by the tree. So it went to the right-hand side, hit the tree. I thought it was disappeared, and it's landed on the green. Oh my, well, maybe that's not green, but it's landed in play. We got so lucky there. It's hit the tree in there. It's just absorbed all the speed and dropped down. That was slicing into the water 100%. Mate, that might have even sliced over into the next like little fairway. Come on, slow, 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 slow. Oh no. I'm losing the feel for it. Right, the plan we've got here is there's bunkers down the right, which are very dangerous. And we're going to go hybrid again, and then up and down for a par. This is a par 4. So we're going to play it like a par 5 and just hope for the up and down. And we can see if we can end this round strong. Ooh, we haven't done that all day. Bola! I think, look how much I chunked that. Oh my God, I've got the golf fatigue. You know, actually, I don't think it really changes the thing of the hole. Well, I don't know, it might do actually, this could. So, change your plan a little bit. We can't take the hybrid just because the lie, I don't trust it. We're gonna take a 9-iron and just try and clear the last bunker there and go towards that like bush pile on the end. We're not gonna try and push anything too far. Although this is a very, very difficult shot for me. It's really far above my feet. Come on, go past. There we go. All right, we've had a successful second shot. The first shot, not so successful. The second one was actually all right, given the circumstance. All right, so it's actually worked out to plan. So we said we wanted hybrid, and then up and down. Well, we were hybrid 9-iron, and now we're going to up and down. So, you know, just one change of plan, and that was just changing the hybrid to the 9. Okay, so the flag's on the right side, but remember the tip. Do not care about the flag. We're going left. All we care about is going on the green. We're not going to hit that tree. There we go. That's exactly what we said. All right, let's end on a crazy par. Oh, could have been. It's actually flown way further past it, but damn, these greens are pretty rapid now. Oh, good line. It's like, yeah, they're really fast, and I hit them slow. So we end on a double, which is such a shame because I genuinely, the advice, the tips are solid. They've done me so well this round. I just think for some reason, in the last like 5 holes, we've just had a slip in the putting. The putting just hasn't been what it's been like the earlier rounds. So it's definitely works. Like I would 100% you recommend you watch his videos, you listen to the advice, and we'll count up these scores now and we'll see if we've done it. If we've calculated the scores, we shot 41 on the front 9, which is very good for us. That's really decent. But then on the back 9, we had an absolute nightmare. And with those triples, we actually ended up shooting 50. So we've missed the target by 2 shots. So literally only 2 shots. But I think it was because of fatigue on the back 9. And we just lost it. We just lost it with a putting. But it definitely works. It definitely works. So I would follow the program set by Golf Sidekick. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, let me know what you think in the comments as well. And I'll put the link in the description where you can find the video we've referenced to.